Today, I get to return to Simon and Garfunkel, and I'm a bit excited about it because both of my listening experiences with The Boxer and then The Sound of Silence sometime later were very enjoyable for me. So today, it's going to be a song called Mrs. Robinson, and I have just a couple paragraphs to read about that, and then I will listen. Mrs. Robinson is a song by American folk rock duo Simon and Garfunkel from their fourth studio album, Bookends, 1968. The writing of the song was begun before the 1967 film The Graduate, which contained only fragments of it. The full song was released as a single on April 5, 1968. Mrs. Robinson became the duo's second chart topper, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, as well as peaking within the top 10 of the United Kingdom, Ireland, and Spain, among other countries. In 1969, it became the first rock song to win the Grammy Award for Record of the Year. The song contains a famous reference to baseball star Joe DiMaggio. The song has been covered by a number of artists, including Frank Sinatra, the Lemonheads, and Bon Jovi. In 2004, it finished at number 6 on AFI's 100 Years, 100 Songs survey of top tunes in American cinema. Okay, well, let's see what this Mrs. Robinson is all about with Simon and Garfunkel.
Heaven holds a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. We'd like to know a little bit about you for our files. We'd like to help you learn to help yourself. Look around you, all you see are sympathetic eyes. Stroll around the grounds until you feel at home. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
So, this... I might be interpreting this completely wrong, but so far this feels like a bit of a, I don't know, a parody of missionary-minded religious folk. Kind of like a couple kids sitting out on the front lawn watching the missionary teams go door to door handing out literature, and they're sitting there kind of imitating, hey, 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 God bless you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than, what is it? More than you will know. It's good. It's funny. Even this accompaniment, now that I think of it, it's like we're watching people go door to door. Okay. Next door. Keep going. Okay. This is funny. Okay, I'm going to keep going.
Hide it in a hiding place where no one ever goes. Put it in your pantry with your cupcakes. It's a little secret, just the Robinsons affair. Most of all, you got to hide it from the kids. Cuckoo-ca-choo, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for sofa on a Sunday afternoon. Going to the candidates debate. Laugh about it, shout about it when you've got to choose. Every way you look at it, you lose. Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? Our nation turns its lonely eyes to you. Ooh, what's that you say, Mrs. Robinson? Joe to Joe has left and gone away. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
Okay, first of all, that was a long fade out. I kept expecting it to disappear, and it kept on going and going, like, okay, it's going on forever and ever. I guess I wasn't far off on my first impressions, but this is more than commentary on the religious folk in the neighborhood. This feels like commentary on the whole state of the country and the world, and it's a bit of a parody, isn't it? Kind of poking fun and making light of it and kind of throwing up your hands and saying, our nation turns its lonely eyes to you, Joe DiMaggio. I guess I said it wrong. DiMaggio. Our nation turns its lonely eyes to you. Like, oh, what is this? It's funny. It strikes me as incredibly funny. And especially because it's not putting the funniness of it right in your face musically. It's just this kind of traveling motion. Even more than just walking door to door. It's almost like we're on a journey. Like this is even a train traveling or something. And it's a long journey. We come from the beginning, and we just jump right in wherever we land on it. And the motion starts from here. Chug, 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 chug. And we start hearing all the different la 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 la, all the different things. I'm not even going to say them all specifically, but you get the idea. And then by the time we get to the end, oh, we've picked out not just the door-to-door evangelizers, proselytizers. We've also picked out Mrs. Robinson herself. We've picked out the Robinsons' affair. Okay, now we're poking at both sides. And then going on, we're not just poking at both sides, we're also going to the candidates debate. Don't you love the way that they sing that line like so sarcastically? Let's hear that. It was good.
Going to the candidates debate.
Going to the candidates debate. Laugh about it, shout about it. When you've got to choose, every way you look at this, you lose. I guess people have been feeling like this ever since candidates were up for election, and here we are today. Very appropriate, wouldn't you say? Going to the candidates debate.
Hey, hey, hey. Sitting on a sofa on a Sunday afternoon.
This is a transition line. Sitting on a sofa on a Sunday afternoon. At least in a literary manner, it's a transition line, because we've been kind of focused on this proselytizing, missionizing efforts of the neighborhood, and then we kind of started digging into the Robinsons' private lives. You know, what's tucked in their pantry, what isn't anyone else supposed to know? What is it? You hide it from the kids. Got to hide it from the kids. Whatever it is, hide it from the kids. And this whole, God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. That's kind of the refrain, the chorus. It's like the religious neighbor who's always oh so sappy. God bless you, Mrs. Robinson. God bless you. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. God bless you, Mrs. Robinson. And then you begin to wonder, hold on. Are these people proselytizing Mrs. Robinson? Or is Mrs. Robinson the one who's the proselytizer of the neighborhood, you know? And so now we're just turning it back in her face. And so then this line, hide it in a hiding place where no one ever knows, is the Robinson affair. That part of it, you suddenly realize, okay, this is the hyper-religious person in the neighborhood, and even she or they have a Robinson affair. It's the Robinson, what was it, family affair? Just the Robinsons' affair. Hide it from the kids. And so we go back. You know, it's this whole thing. And then after all of this, and we've kind of immersed ourselves in this comedic poking fun and kind of poking holes in the religious facade that is presented to us by Mrs. Robinson. Suddenly it switches. Now we're looking at the whole country. Not just the neighborhood, not just this one house here in the neighborhood. It's the whole country. And this line, sitting on a sofa on a Sunday afternoon, that is the great transition line, because it can have religious overtones. Sitting on a sofa on a Sunday afternoon. What else? You shouldn't do anything else, you know, you shouldn't be out playing. But then it could be just, you know, a Sunday afternoon day off, casual. So it makes a great transition to suddenly hitting at everybody. Going to the candidates debate. Laugh about it, shout about it. When you've got to choose every way you look at this. Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? As if Joe DiMaggio is somehow going to save the nation. Our nation turns its lonely eyes to you. Lonely. Where did this idea of loneliness come from? As if this is not just the everyday frictions of community life and neighborhood life, and somehow we suddenly become lonely. Lonely. Not just us, but the whole nation. Our nation turns its lonely eyes to you. And all these interjections. Hey, hey, hey. Woo, woo, woo. Cuckoo, ka-choo. What's that you say, Mrs. Robinson? I can't hear you talking over there. I can't hear you. In other words, what you're saying makes no sense. Joltin' Joe has left and gone away. Hey, 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 and then it fades off, and it fades, 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 and it feels like it's going on forever. I was really waiting for this to end, because it was still playing long after the song was over. But that's the point, isn't it? That is the point. That this is basically the state of life, the state of the world. It was way back, was it 68, 69? That's a long time ago. Now, here we are today. As I said, it feels so incredibly suitable for the moment, doesn't it?
Going to the candidates debate. Laugh about it, shout about it when you've got to choose. Every way you look at it, you lose. Where have you gone?
Just kind of fall into it.
What's that you say Mrs.
Can't hear you.
Robinson, Joe to Joe has left
Left
and
and
gone
gone
away.
away.
Hey, hey, hey,
Hey, hey.
hey, hey, hey.
And it goes chicka 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 chicka. The train keeps going. Train is going. Train is going. Chicka 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 chicka. Kind of gets a bit frantic there, doesn't it? And then, of course, the long fade out, which we don't have to sit through. Well, this one was different. And I'm just thinking of this 1968, 69, 70. Of course, Simon and Garfunkel aren't the first to be making political commentary here. Even Sound of Silence. I've just listened to now 3 of their songs, but I get the feeling that they like to kind of prod us into thinking about life without really putting it in our face. And they seem to be very good at that, both with The Sound of Silence and now with Mrs. Robinson. And it's so beautiful on the surface, the harmonies, the voices. This one, Mrs. Robinson, such a light, airy feel to it. It just kind of dances and floats and it's almost like a leaf falling down from the tree to the ground, and we just watch it flutter and fall all the way, and we enjoy the way the light plays on it, and it falls through and gently settles in the grass underneath. And there's that quality about the music, but it's more than that. It's not just, oh, let's sing a song about a little leaf. This is really digging into some rather complex elements of life, and it's doing it in a way that doesn't tell us what to do or what to think, but at the same time, it certainly pushes us in a certain direction. And I like that combination. Kind of an oblique approach to political commentary, at the same time highly effective. It strikes me, this lightness, this airy quality, this sort of fun element. It's kind of like, some happy little comic commentary on, like you're looking at a comic that is kind of making fun of life as we know it. And it's doing so in a fun and funny way. Not just funny. It's not dark humor. We can always find darkness, but it kind of lightens the mood and frees us up to loosen ourselves a bit. And I like that. The music has a big part to play in it. We could sit and read these lyrics and, okay, they're funny. But the music creates this lightness and this airy quality and this feeling of a journey. And it is what tells us that this is always how it has been. This is always how it's going to be. And the challenge is, how do we relate to it? And this kind of frees us up to choose how we're going to relate to it instead of getting buried under the avalanche of whatever is landing on top of us in the state of the world, the state of the nation, the state of the community, the state of the neighbor. Mrs. Robinson, maybe she gets on our nerves. Cuckoo-cuckoo, Mrs. Robinson. What is it? God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. If you're a praying person, go right ahead. Heaven holds a place for you. Even if you have something tucked in your pantry that we shouldn't know about, especially keep it from the kids. Great fun. It just confirms the fact that even from the beginning, my first exposure to Simon and Garfunkel, I somehow had this sense that I would enjoy their music. And I'm sure I will be finding some more to listen to in the future. I'll see you all soon.